We're gonna do a toast shit. This is definitely to a new beginning at V.S.O.P society. I'm definitely honored to be in your presence, Lord. It's an honor, I must say.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The Brown. Now listen, before we do this, I'm just gonna let you know and be fair. I don't throw it back like that, no freaky.
Copy.
I take my time.
Take your time? Okay,
even
copy.
with a shot.
Okay, copy. We can take our time.
That's peace.
V.S.O.P.
V.S.O.P. Society, let's get it.
Let's get it.
Ooh.
I know you drink at your own pace, guy. You pop your own bottle. I gotta pop mine real quick.
I'll wait till I get there.
Copy.
Ooh, wee. See, you hit me earlier. You was like, yo, we go. I said, nah, I'm good. You made sure you got it.
Facts. That's a whole fact.
Oh, man.
Yeah, God. So what you say influenced you to become an MC, God? Like who would you say influenced you for your craft?
Oh, man. I got to say I had many influences early on, but the final decision to be an MC came when I said, you know, this is what I'm going to do. That came via LL. LL Cool J when he made Rock the Bells. Excuse me.
No, time frame. What year are we talking?
This had to be 85.
85. And how old was you?
85, I had to be 13, 14.
13, 14 years old. 85, copy. So LL, okay. So LL, I mean, your style is completely different from LL.
If you really, I got a friend, a brother, family, actually, I should say, and it happens to be Big Daddy Kane's younger brother, Little Daddy Shane. I call him Shane.
Okay.
He's one of the few people
Little
who
Daddy
actually,
Shane, that's the connection. That's his brother?
Yeah,
that's Big Daddy Kane's brother?
He's actually one of the few people that got my style kind of like, he said, yo, you like a Rakim and an LL put together. And I was like, wow, nobody ever peeped that. Because I always kind of modeled them too.
Facts. I mean, I can see the Rakim. I can see the Rakim. I was watching something earlier where you referenced LL as far as with the aggression. I can definitely see that perspective as far as the aggression.
And that's the perspective that I took from him in terms of like, that's the greatest influence he had on me in terms of like his aggression, his delivery, his brashness. Like he didn't hold anything back, even if he made a love joint. You know what I mean?
Copy.
And you know, he could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he could definitely do that.
So shout out to LL. Peace to LL.
Yes, peace to the God LL.
To the honorariums.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, I liked all of LL's music. LL, I mean, he wasn't just for the ladies, you know, but I for some reason I view LL as like, he was like an artist that for some reason that catered to the women. But I didn't grow up during the era. Because people consider L as being a battle artist.
I mean, L was many things.
Many things, right?
Very adaptive, very assertive, very adaptive.
Very adaptive.
Like a chameleon. And you know, in this industry, if you wanna stay alive, not just stay alive, if you wanna have a career, you have to be, you know, somewhat adaptive and learn how to overcome challenges. And he's one of the few who has overcome, you know, many changes in era from that aspect of being adaptive and overcoming things. So I always looked at him as a good standard.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? A real good standard and a good model, so to speak.
Facts. Yeah, likewise. I can't say nothing bad about LL. Tip my hat to LL. He's definitely a living legend. One thing I grew up listening to your music. Intelligent Hoodlum was the first album that I got of yours that I think that I knew about you. I believe it may be something else, but I know Intelligent Hoodlum was the first body of work that attracted me.
Okay.
You feel me? And at that time, I was an 85 at that time, actually. I think at that time I might have been like 13, 12 when I heard it.
Wow, yeah.
And the wisdom caught me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really know. I was young at that time, but I knew it was something about it. I believe you released the video out. I can't remember the videos that you released for Intelligent Hoodlum, because you released one or two.
Black and Proud.
Black and Proud, facts.
Back to Reality. It was Grand Groove, and it was Arrest the President. Well, actually, Grand Groove was the next album. So it was Back to Reality, Black and Proud, and Arrest the President. Those are the 3 videos that I released, or should I say we released off of the Intelligent Hoodlum album.
Copy. Yeah, I thought the concept, even still to this day, as I was telling you before, the concept is still relevant. Yeah, and I felt like your foresight with that, because this is in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know? This is in the 80s. So it's like, yeah, man, I thought the concept behind Intelligent Hoodlum, I thought was ill. Like, what made you come up with the concept?
For a lot of us, we're already the concept.
Facts.
It's just a matter of like pinpointing it and giving it a title. But for a lot of us that come from that particular background or whatever, you know, and we seek out more, and we kind of choose ourselves to have more, as opposed to, you know, getting caught up in the traps, or staying in the traps, I should say, you know, because I got caught up in the traps, we got caught up in the traps, but it's a matter of us choosing to stay in the traps, as opposed to saying, nah, I'm gonna get up out of this joint. You know what I mean? Like, this is not gonna be my end. This is not gonna be, you know, my destiny. So I think a lot of us, I know a lot of us are intelligent hoodlums.
Facts.
It took me to voice it in that sense and give it a moniker. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Now your parents, the influence, you raised by your mother, father, both of them, or?
Raised by my mother primarily. You know, my pops is, you know, in and out or whatever, but raised by my mother for the most part.
From the South? Your mother's from the South?
Yeah, you know, we all migrate from the South up north anyway, as a culture, as a people. So the roots go back to the South, you know, and, you know, per slavery and all that, you know what I mean? So my family went to Alabama and South Carolina and you know, eventually made their way up here.
You know what part of Alabama?
Birmingham.
Copy. And then move from there to Queensbridge, or?
No, well, actually none of my family moved to Queensbridge.
None of them moved to Queensbridge?
No, my people moved to Astoria Projects.
Oh, okay.
My grandmother and grandfather moved to Astoria Projects, and, you know, they ended up, you know, working their way up and from the bootstraps, how they used to say, and they ended up getting a house in Southside Jamaica, buying their first home. So my family went from Astoria Projects to Southside Jamaica, where they bought a home on South Road. Right, like a few blocks behind York College.
Okay.
In Jamaica, Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens, and a few blocks from Jamaica Avenue.
Copy. So the Queensbridge situation, how does the Queensbridge situation come to play? Because I thought, you're not originally from Queensbridge.
I'm born in Southside Jamaica, but I was raised in Queensbridge. From 5 years old on was Queensbridge. So that's where I'm from.
Yeah,
you know
copy,
what I mean? As a baby, I was out in Southside Jamaica, you know, and things, you know, kind of shifted. Whereas, you know, my parents started, you know, getting high. So
mother and father?
Yeah. So, you know, like that whole house dynamic, that shit was out the window. So we had to move to the projects. The rest of my family, none of them ever lived in Queensbridge.
Copy.
I come from a working class family, blue collar family. So, you know, they wasn't trying to get caught up in that. They stayed out in, you know, the row houses, the South Side, and ventured out from there. But, you know what I'm saying? A lot of blessings came out of Queensbridge, obviously.
Yes, obviously. Yes. A lot of blessings. So, because a lot of people, especially upstate New York, people can't perceive like how big Queensbridge, like Queensbridge is bigger than certain towns upstate. Yeah. Not all of them, but certain towns. That one project is bigger than a whole town. So
yeah, it is the world's largest housing projects.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's the world's largest housing projects. It's like a metropolis within itself.
Facts.
Like you
the
got
culture.
Yeah, you
can only imagine.
You got 96 buildings, 6 floors, and 6 blocks.
But how many people?
Oh man, thousands.
So we talking 10?
I don't know the exact math on it, but it's thousands upon thousands. Yeah, it's probably about 5,000 people out there.
Facts.
Maybe a little more. I think about it.
Facts. So question. So okay. Intelligent Hoodlum is your first work, correct?
No, my first work is I'm the only artist who had 2 records on the In Control Volume 1 Marley Marl project, which had the symphony and all of that. I'm the only one that got 2 solo records on it. But when the album dropped, I was incarcerated. I was 16. I was actually incarcerated and sent up here to Binghamton, Elmira.
To which? Oh, Elmira.
Yeah,
you ever
Elmira.
did any youth time? Any youth facilities?
Nah, I never
No?
really did youth time. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, I never really did youth time. I did state time.
State time.
Adult time, yeah.
Okay. So you said you was the only one that had 2 joints on Marley Marl joint.
Yep.
Now, how old was you at that time?
I was 15.
15. So okay. I mean, I can relate only to a degree in the sense that when I was 15, I was in Harlem Valley. I was up top already.
Yeah.
I was in a spot called Harlem Valley.
Yeah.
That's why I was introduced. That's when I first heard CNN.
Yeah.
I heard
was
CNN
gonna
in
say
jail.
They were there, yeah.
They was there, fact. But due to knowledge, God, they left in 9-4. I landed in 9-5.
Yeah, so you came right after them.
Came right after. So you know the sound is still traveling. They sound is still traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you feel me? What I'm saying? Yeah.
They're like, they're like the Harlem Valley alumni that
Facts.
went home and made it.
Facts.
So everybody
Facts.
gonna gravitate to that.
Facts. Yes. The first thing I hear, like, just on another note, so this nigga named, rest in peace to Shan, this nigga named Milk, he was guard body too. Milk was from, he was from Red Hook. So at the time,
Brooklyn, Red Hook Project.
Facts. At the time, I think we 16. I'm in Harlem Valley, like 16. So Milk had a problem with his leg. His leg was like fucked up.
Wait a minute. You talking about my boy Milk, rest in peace.
I don't know if you know this Milk, God, but
Wait a minute. See, you gotta do your homework, God. As soon as you said the leg, I put Milk on my Against All Odds album. Milk Murder Angel Dust.
but where he from?
He from Red Hook, but he used to be in the style with Her Rush Napoleon, Bam Body in him. Real light skin, almost look albino.
Yeah,
With
white
braids.
self,
He
God.
wound up going to Clinton. When he came home from Clinton, Head Rush and them brung him to me. We was having a little party in the hotel. I don't want to talk about what kind of party. We got a female in here. But we was having a little party. And it was like, yo, it's my cousin. He just came home and he spit. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Doing my other things, activities. So after that, he like, yo, you got to hear me, son. Yo, Mark D. So I used to talk, yo, Mark D. Word up.
Facts.
Yo, you got to hear me, Mark D. So I'm like, go ahead, spit something. And plus, what made me really hear him was when he came home, immediately when he came home, he put a 25 to life tattoo on his arm.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, you trying to get in, you trying to get on board, all right. And this is right after the whole CNN thing, so I'm like, all right, he want to line up.
Facts.
So he said a verse, and I said, yo, this kid is incredible. Actually, I still got him on a project. I'll let you peep it.
Yes,
this.
Milk was incredible. Milk was nice. But
yeah.
okay, so when Milk returned to the essence?
He returned to the essence around 9-8.
Facts.
He returned back in 9-8. I kept telling him, I was about to get him a deal because this is around the time when Ja Rule was popping. Murder Inc. was popping, and Irv was feeling my son Milk Murder. And I was like, yo, Milk, chill. I'm going to get you a deal. I'm going to get you a situation, but I need you to slow down with all that blood, with the banging.
Facts. He was banging.
And, he got caught up in the situation. He got murdered out in Coney Island.
Out in Coney Island.
Yeah, they found him on the bench, shot, and it broke my heart. I love that dude, man.
So look, so do the knowledge. So we in Harlem Valley. You feel me? Now Harlem Valley is a different environment for me, God. You understand what I'm saying? I'm from Spring. I'm from out here. You know what I'm saying? Harlem Valley is full of niggas from the city, the core parts, city, Buffalo. You know how it go, God.
Yeah, the more popular.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? So I run into Milk. I go to A unit. At the time, Milk is a 5%er. At the time, I'm not 5%er though. You know what I'm saying? Kicking in with Milk. Me and Milk grew to be real close. So Milk like, yo, check this new shit out. So I'm like, yo, what? He came up in my room one morning. He like, yo, how that line go? Bull face, scatter your face. Cause you know how Milk was.
Yeah,
Milk, he had that voice. So I'm like, he like, yeah, these niggas, he like, yo, this shit different, God. He like, so I'm like, yo, what you? So he gave me the tape. The CNN tape, I'm saying, I'm listening to it, and the energy, this is what I'm saying about the slang, the spirit that was in War Report, God. You feel me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so he gave it to me. I'm listening to that shit. Now, mind you, God, I'm 16, so I'm up in the cell, I'm listening. And Milk was a live wire. Just he had a limp, so that the limp kind of
He got shot.
He got shot, so the limp kind of took away from his live wire-ness, but he was a live wire. You know, it was easy to get him. You know what I mean? But he was a live wire. So, but then I heard once he went home, because he told me, he like, yo, once I get home, like, mind you be young though, God. This is why I know supreme mathematics is the key. Because we young, he like, yo, once I go home, I'm tearing shit up. So I'm like, now mind you, like, I'm not even used to this, but I know I'm solid though. We in Harlem Valley and I'm solid and I'm just listening. Because he from the city, he from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I feel you. He like, yeah, you know, sometimes I'm gonna get my gut up, I'm telling you. And sure enough, but I heard, you know what I'm saying, he got killed. I said, damn. And I forgot like how I heard. So somebody told me something though, but
yeah, he got me all in his rhymes, man. He like, Mockty, kick your feet up. He called me Mockty. He be like, yo, kick your feet up. I got this now. I'm going in. And see, you telling me that, it just shows how much he followed me without even me realizing. It shows that we got a connection that we didn't even realize till we sat down.
What's up?
That was my brother, man. That's my brother.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Miss him all the time.
Yeah. So, all right. So, you link with Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, it's so many questions about who you...
Early on.
Yeah. Now, you said 15, 16. Now, so...
No, actually, I linked with Marley before that.
Before that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I made a record when I was like 13, 14. Called The Tragedy, Coke Is It.
Okay. Oh, so you had the tragedy concept even when you was 13? Facts.
Tragedy came before Intelligent Hoodlum.
Came before Intelligent Hoodlum.
Yeah.
But you released Intelligent Hoodlum first.
Yeah, that was my first commercial album.
It was commercial.
I had 3 singles out way before Intelligent Hoodlum.
Okay.
That wasn't a part of the Intelligent Hoodlum movement, so to speak.
Because look, I always thought you was iller than Nas, God.
Okay.
I always thought that, however, it would go back and forth. Prodigy as well. At times I would, because like certain people, like even what I'm saying now, a person probably would look at that and be like, maybe because they're a yes men, but if a person knows, for the people that know hip hop, for the people that's really in the street and listen to this music and know what it is, they know what I'm speaking about. Prodigy is up there, like I was listening to Prodigy is up there as well as far as with the lyrics. The content now, as far as him not living it, that's a whole nother situation.
He know how to speak the language.
He know how to speak the language, facts. So Nas knows how
to tell the story.
To tell the story. He's one of the ones.
He knows how to tell a story impeccably.
Facts.
Eloquently. And everybody has a part to play.
Everybody has a part to play, facts. Yeah, Nas is one of the ones, man, because, once again, when I was young, these is the tapes that stuck in my mind and still to this day. So, so now you move forward. So, because for me, like comparing it to me and how I grew up, it's kind of hard, like just thinking like, because this opportunity was there for you. Like how does that feel?
Let me say this. Let me do this. First of all, let me give you the timeline, right? The timeline went like this. Me doing demos, me putting out a record with my first DJ, who's DJ Hot Day. We put out a record called Club USA.
Still living?
Yeah, peace to Hot Day.
Peace.
He used to DJ at a skating ring that was near Queensbridge called USA. So he would DJ there. I would clean up the floors, and for cleaning up the floors, I can go in free. So I'd be in there, and this is how I got to, back then, you either got put on to new music by being at the shows or listening to the radio on the weekends, the Rap Attack, which was WBLS, and Cool DJ Red Alert Show, which was 98.7 KISS. So now me and Hot Day performed the song at Club USA. It was live. And we recorded it.
How old?
I was 13.
Okay, keep going.
We recorded it and we put it out. So we put out our first record when we were 13. But I didn't really take it too serious then. I did, but I didn't.
And that's because of Because everybody's doing it, I'm guessing.
Not even just that. I just didn't think it could happen. I just didn't think it would be a reality for me. I mean, I come from Queensbridge Project, so it's like, you know, you got Marley and everybody, and you know, just really Marley, Shan, and Roxanne, Dimples D for that. And you know what? Peace to the original TJ Swan, who just originally passed away, who was responsible for bringing hip hop from the Bronx in the '70s to Queensbridge. And this is before Marley Marl. He actually gave Marley Marl his name. He just passed away recently. Good, beautiful dude, man. Everybody said the same thing about him. He's positive and beautiful.
You want to take a shot to that, brother?
Yeah, factual.
A full shot or
a shot is a shot.
Okay, shot is a shot.
He tried to get me to go in, son.
No, you're right. A shot is a shot. I can't disagree with you.
So the timeline was me working with Hot Day, putting out the Go Queensbridge record at 13. Then kind of like chasing Marley down for months and months and months, going to his door. And when you say, yo, you know, we, you know, having it right there, see, when people say that, and this is not you per se, but when people say that, I kind of disagree with it because I was right there, but it doesn't mean you had, just imagine you living in Queensbridge, right? You're Marley. Everybody's trying to rhyme. So you go to the store and you got packs of kids coming at you with demos and trying to rhyme for you. You don't want to hear that. You're not going to be bothered with it. In fact, you kind of become like Marley did, a recluse. So what I would...
Some, not all.
Not all, but most. Most. So what I would do is I would just go to his crib every day and knock on his door. And it got to the point where he would just open the door and be like, yo, come back, man. Like, you know, not right now. And I go sit on the staircase, wait about another half an hour, and go knock again. He said, yo, didn't I tell you to come back later? I said, yeah, it's later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's how I was, you know, I'm still the same way. I'm very...
Leo.
I'm a Leo. I'm very ambitious, very... If I believe in something and I want something, nothing's going to deny me unless, you know, I'm dead. And I feel like I still wouldn't be denied.
Right.
That was raw.
Right.
So during this time, you know, Nas wasn't out. Nas was unheard of. Nas is actually a couple years younger than me, and he came up kind of under me.
Right. I know.
Where Shan came before me. So the timeline was like, you know, Shan, you know, and there's others in alignment with me, like Craig G.
It's the timing. No, I know.
It's the timing.
It's the timing.
It's the timing, and it's the energy in that era.
Facts.
You know,
and real quick,
go ahead.
Elijah said, truth out of season bears no fruit.
That's right.
You know, like the timing is everything.
No man can stop an idea whose time has arrived.
Fact.
Period. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's how I feel. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but somehow in my mind, I had a concept of what needed to be done.
Right.
And how it needed to be said. I didn't even realize it. And I still didn't realize it until in my 20s.
Yeah.
And this is maybe a decade later after making records.
Facts.
Because I look back at the growth that came out of it. I look at a Nas. I look at a Mobb Deep.
Facts.
I look at a Capone and Noriega. And, you know, I had an influence on that. Just like even now, they have an influence on me.
Nas
so it's like a boomerang. Yeah,
Nas comes out of... Nas plays a part of coming out of your litter. Just as... Because, you know, people are egotistic. No difference from how you express it with, you know, with Rakim, you know.
And Kane and G-Rap.
And Kane,
yeah, it's not to say
it's all relative.
Made Nas,
yeah,
no.
Facts.
This is another thing we got to get out of in hip-hop culture.
Facts.
Let me just say this in our culture, hip-hop culture, however you want to term it, to categorize it. It's nothing wrong with recognizing, acknowledging those shoulders we stand on.
Facts.
And this what weakens the culture when we don't adhere to that and take accountability to it and give the roses while they can still smell them.
Right.
So I was very keen on being respectful in terms of appreciating Nas. When I was on Drink Champs and he called in and he just basically spit, you know, the whole first verse of one of my second records.
Right.
Because that was a way of him showing the honorarium, which I truly respect and appreciate because, you know, he's one of hip-hop's elite.
Right.
Rightfully so, you know.
And you as well, Lord, but however, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? I get your point. You as well. There's levels to it, but
there's
definitely.
levels to it, and this is something that we can't be, in fear of when giving each other that alley-oop because other coaches do it. You know,
Facts.
you don't see the real people say, oh, Rolling Stones fans say, oh, they washed up. Nah. They going to Vegas and they going to see the Stones. They going to see Mick Jagger hop his ass around the stage like they should.
Right.
Excuse me. Excuse me. But it seems in our culture, and I see it kind of slowly dissipating and fading, we don't give enough respect to the elders and elder statesmen. I always do. You see coming on initially in this interview who I immediately spoke on, LL. You know, because there should be no area in doing that. Fact. It doesn't make you less of a man or less amazing and or incredible or whatever you feel you are. Doesn't make you less of that. In fact, to me, it makes you more honorarium because you can go back to your nutrients. Facts. You could go back to your bare essentials.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a whole fact. I think I agree 100%. I think that you know there's people take sides for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But I look at, and I guess because I'm not from the boroughs. You feel me? What I'm saying? Like, and I think that plays a part in it, that I'm not biased, because, I'm not biased. I'm saying I look at the music as just music, I'm saying, that I appreciate, I'm saying, and like. And when I look at Queensbridge, man, obviously Shan, I'm saying, but that's not my era. And I listen to some of Shan's music still. But that's not my era, you know what I'm saying? My era is like 90 on up, you know what I'm saying?
Well, when you listening to Shan, when you listening to me, you're listening to a degree of Shan.
No, facts. You know and that's what I'm saying.
Because I'm carrying that, you know.
Because you're carrying the torch, facts.
There's a line that Shan said that it haunts me. It haunts me to this day.
Right.
Like even now, my eyes are watering behind my glasses because it was so close to home for me when he said this. Because when he said it, I didn't know where I was going to be in the next year. I thought I'd be dead. And he said, dead dreams, born and soul, you got to try and receive your goal. However you do it, however you may, don't never listen to what nobody say. Because I will tell you the deal. You got to go by with your heart feel. That shit give me the chills right now. Right. Because them bars alone, or this born, that shit is ill to me, son. Because I was at a point in my life where I thought it was over for me. A lot of people may not understand that. My mom's is on drugs, my pops is on drugs. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. And the only way my younger brothers and sisters eat is I gotta go steal for them. I gotta book shit to feed them. And everybody in my hood, all the OGs knew that. That's why they see me as QB's own regardless. Right. So when I heard them bars from Shan, I was like, yo, like he's speaking to me. He's speaking to me. You know what I'm saying? Dead dreams, born in soul. Like, this could be a dead dream if I don't make it.
Facts.
I can't let that happen. And I went through many trials and tribulations in my life. I've been on drugs when I was young.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through a lot of stuff, and I'm not glorifying any of that because now I just live as a living testament that, you could do whatever you want to get to. There is no excuse.
And I always get that. I always get that from you. But the ill thing, not just from you, but from Queensbridge, the music. You feel me? Now my enlightener is from Queens. He's not from Queensbridge, but he's from the Queens.
Desert, yeah.
He's from the desert. Be wise. You know what I'm saying? Peace to the God. I'm saying, I don't know where he at, but peace to him. But he from Queens. Live wire too. Live
peace
wire.
To Be Wise, yeah.
Facts, I'm saying. But so
you should find him, man. You should find him.
Yeah, I've been striving to, but eventually, I'm saying, the more powerful I get, I'm saying,
that's right.
Yeah, the sound of travel.
That's right. I'll put it out there, but go ahead.
Facts, I'm saying, but the Queens, I'm saying that swag, Lord, I'm saying it's in the desert. I see it all in you, know what I'm saying? In the music, I'm saying, like
the Oasis, that's the Oasis.
Yeah, that's
man.
the Oasis. That's a fact.
Word is born, that's the Oasis. Like it just like when Shan made the bridge, like that was the anthem. So when you say you're biased, I can understand that. Because I'm for hip hop culture, but for a long time, even being for the culture, I was biased because Garrett One went at the bridge.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm saying I'm not biased.
He went at the national anthem.
Facts.
For me.
For you, that's what I'm saying. See, I'm saying I'm not
Yeah,
biased.
you're not. Excuse me, I said that wrong.
Yeah, facts.
Meaning,
the dudes from the city was depending on which barrel they was from.
Exactly.
Facts.
I said that wrong.
I noticed that. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what I'm saying. But
because it was a lot. It's a lot of tribalism.
Yeah,
when,
of course.
when tribalism is like reduced down to friendly competition, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Once it starts exceeding them lines where it's becoming, yo, you know what I'm saying? You ain't from.
Facts.
That's retarded. You know what I'm saying? That's retarded. That's backwards math.
Right.
I don't eat that kind of food.
That's an actual fact. So, okay, so, all right, so the Marley, you know what I'm saying? You was dealing with Marley.
Yeah.
The war report. How does the war report come about?
The war report came about like this. After we did The Intelligent Hoodlum, we did Saga of a Hoodlum. One of the records on Saga of a Hoodlum was my ode to my grandmother, to Minnie Lee Coles.
Yes.
My physical, biological father's mother, my grandmother, and she passed away. And like it broke me down inside. It hurt me deeply because like she was, I don't want to take nothing away from my mother, but she was more of a mother to me.
More to you.
And she believed in me to the utmost, like no matter what I did. And I made that record, which was a good record. It charted on Billboard. But the rest of the album didn't get received the way Intelligent Hoodlum got received. And it kind of caused me to go into a spiral. And I moved. I was happy. I bought a home. I got, you know, I had a wife. And my wife is from out here. Yeah, we had 3 girls.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, we had 3 girls, and you know what I'm saying? We moved to Jonesboro, Georgia.
What was the advancement on Intelligent Hoodlum?
It was good. It was good.
So the business side of it was good.
I mean,
you handled it or somebody else handled it?
Marley handled it.
Yeah, Marley. I thought so.
The advancement was good for a kid coming home out of Elmira. I mean, you know, a couple 100 stacks is good.
Right.
When you getting out of Elmira and you ain't have nothing. Right. But you know, the long game business of it wasn't good, and the long.
Do you own the album?
No, I don't. Right. I'm actually in works to retain the masters on that. But yeah, so I bought a home in Jonesboro, Georgia. And you know, I'm out there writing rhymes by the pool and all of that. And Brand Nubians just came out with Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down. And I'm writing my rhymes, and I'm like, as I'm saying them, I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm losing it. Fucking losing it. Like, and that was like unheard of to me. Like, you like, yo, girl, when I was younger, I was an animal with the mic. Like, animal.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you don't even understand.
I mean, I don't know that.
Because you know what? You don't have a lot of them works because, you know, it's not like today. Had it been like today, oh my, yo, like, I was the type of kid, I go in the studio and bust out like 4 or 5 records in an hour. Right. Because all I did was do rhyme, and memorize my rhymes.
Yeah, fact.
Like, I would be doing the craziest shit, but rhyming, so I'm memorizing my shit. Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna go to the studio and bang out. So my work ethic was crazy. And yeah. So for me to go into, but you know what, all it was a writer's block.
Fact.
I didn't have nobody to tell me, like, yo, you caught the chicken pox. Or, you know what I'm saying? You sprained your ankle. To me, that was like, oh shit, I'm losing it. I went into panic mode.
Yeah.
I told my lady, I said, yo, man, I gotta go. She said, all right, when you coming back? Because I always had to go. And she be like, all right, when you coming back? I'm like, next week. She's like, all right, baby. But I was like, I'm not coming back. So she's like, what you mean? What about me? I said, yo, I need to find myself. I really went into a shock because I couldn't, because the rhymes I was writing was fucking trash. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, but I didn't understand what it was, is that I just needed to reboot.
Copy.
I needed new information. I've outgrown that book of life. You know what I'm saying?
Now look, so I took note of that. I felt as if that you was able to transcend or move forward with time.
Yeah, well,
because the war report comes next, but you're leading up to the war report.
You asked me, how did the war report come about? I'm explaining to you step by step.
Facts.
So I got lost. So I told her I had to leave. So I said, keep the house, and you know, I don't know when I'm coming back, type of shit. So I went to Queensbridge and stayed with my aunt in Queensbridge. Now I made it out of the bridge. So for me to go back to the bridge, dudes is like, yo, I'm walking to the store in the morning to the 2-4, and dudes is like, oh shit, yo, Chaz, what up? And I got some sweatpants, some Timbs, and a t-shirt. And they like drinking a fucking quarter orange juice. And they like, yo, what's up? I'm like, yo, what up? They like, yo, what the fuck you doing out here? I'm like, I am out here. What you mean what I'm doing out here? But I understand why they asked me that. They're like, why you made it out? What you come back
what
for?
You do, yeah,
because I lost myself. So I would get up in the morning, go to the park where they did the park jams, the infamous park jams, where I first set a rhyme at, and I would just kind of walk around and zone out. Cause I didn't know what to talk about anymore. And clicked up with Marley and told Marley, I said, yo, Marley, if I ever come out with a group, I'm gonna name them Lords of the Underground. And we was on our way to BET to go do something. And then I went back to Georgia to just go visit the family, not to stay, and came back to Marley's studio, and he had a group in the studio. And I was like, yo, who y'all dudes? Who the fuck is y'all niggas? So they like, yo, we Lords of the Underground. I said, you who? So they like, we Lords. So I was like, what? So I left out the studio when I'm still. I'm like, yo, Marley, what these dudes talking about? They Lords of the Underground. It's like, oh yeah, that's my new group. And I kind of just looked at him like, I feel like I wanted to snuff him.
Right.
But I just kind of walked off and zoned off.
You expressed the idea to him, though?
I didn't. You just hear me tell the man that? I told him that's on Drink Champs. This is documented.
Yeah.
Lords of the Underground goes on Drink Champs and states this.
Copy.
That is a fact. So, and for a while, I was animosity towards Marley for that. But then, you know, as you grow, you realize certain things.
Right.
And I'm not saying it's cool that he did that. What I'm saying is, had I named the group Lords of the Underground, it probably never would have went anywhere outside of them just being Lords of the Underground because I wasn't ready.
Thanks.
But what it did give me is the confidence, because I said to myself, if my mentor has to steal my idea,
my concept,
that means I fucking got it.
Thanks.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. We all intelligent hoodlums. We all got this in us.
Yeah.
We just don't have the confidence. We don't know how to speak the language.
Right.
We don't know the course of direction.
Right.
Once we start getting all these things in alignment, unfortunately, a lot of us don't have the time to do it because we be caught up in other worlds and other things happen and some of us get killed. Unfortunately, like a lot of these drill rappers, you know, they coming out making hits. Next week they dead. We'll get into that later.
Yeah.
So now I'm saying to myself, yo, if Marley had to steal my shit, that means I fucking got it. Why would the fucking pioneer visionary take my idea?
Right.
Excuse me, but it shows the little value I had of my own self-worth. And I needed confidence, because in order to make these things work, you have to have confidence. I tell anybody right now, once I believe in something, there is no denying it.
Right.
You can't tell me no. It's not like I'm going to run down on you, choke you. Yo, you can't tell me no. But I'm going to stay at you from every angle until I convince you that you at least want to give it a shot. And 9 times out of 10, when I do that, it works.
Right.
Flex didn't like the War Report. Flex said, I play it for you. I don't think it'll work. But I had to quickly remind Flex that I happened to be in the room when he got presented with the 36 Chamber album. And look what a pillar that is today.
Right.
So that's how I got him to play the War Report record. Anyway, long story longer, I ended up toast to that. Let's get it.
Toast to that.
All right. You getting me in. You're pulling me in. What's up? You want to take a break, a breather?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Smoker.
So now I'm roaming around Queensbridge. I'm kind of like I'm kind of like roaming around Queensbridge and just like hooking up with a few friends, going to a few sessions, trying to get the feel. Here and there, I'm busting little rhymes. It wasn't as whack as what I was writing next to the pool in Jonesboro, but it wasn't it. It wasn't that. You know, and then I met Pone, and when I met Pone, I also realized that.
How'd you meet Pone?
I met Pone at a studio session. He went with a friend, and I went with a friend. The 2 friends we went along with, they had a session together. So they like, yo, y'all don't know each other? Y'all both from Queensbridge. So I'm like, who you? He like, yo, I'm Killer Kai from 12th. I'm Cayenne from 12th Street. So I'm like, oh, word. But I'm looking, I'm like, you're a little younger than me. You probably heard of me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hear about you. But then he like, yo, I'm the one who got into the shootout with the police. I'm like, oh, I heard about you, shorty. You know what I mean? And from that, we just started vibing. And we ended up leaving the dudes we came with and just got on our Bridge Boy shit.
Facts. Now, how old was Pone?
Damn, how old was Pone? I had to be like 24, 25.
Because what year is this? This is what? This is 90 what?
This is like 9-5, 9-4, 9-5, something like that.
Yeah, it's 9. It got to be 9. It's 9-4.
Yeah,
9-5. I was in Harlem Valley already.
Yeah, Pone was I think I'm like 6 years older than Pone. I don't quite remember. He just had a birthday yesterday. Happy belated, Pone.
Yeah, P.
Get my verse, nigga. So fucking Pone, me and him just start vibing, and he just like, yo, my man come home. Cause initially Pone started out as a solo artist.
Okay.
And, he kept telling me about his man. I was like, nah. We made a record with the producer Ayatollah, who actually helped produce Mos Def's first gold record, which is Miss Fat Booty. Ayatollah was my producer.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm partially responsible for Mos Def's first gold record, Miss Fat Booty, via Ayatollah.
But he was your producer for which tracks?
It was my producer, period. Signed under my production company, 25 to Life Productions.
What?
Yeah. So I take Pone to Ayatollah. I'm like, yo, make some shit. He's like, yo, what you want me to make him? And it was the cream beat. It was the fucking I'm sugar free. Doom, 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 doom.
Right.
Pone actually had that record before AZ.
What?
Yeah, it was called Get the Cream. Get the Cream.
Where's
It's
the track
only
at?
right. I got that in the archives. We got that.
With Pone on it?
Yeah, Pone's on all 3 verses.
Right.
Then somehow
that's early Pone.
That's early Pone, but Pone kept saying
Pone in his prime Pone.
Prime Pone.
Prime Pone. Yeah. Facts.
So Pone kept saying, yo, my
No
man.
disrespect.
Yeah, love is love.
love
He
is
know
love.
what it is. You know what it is,
Facts.
Pone. Akasi, grasshopper. So he just kept telling me about his man Poppy. Whatever. Finally, Poppy comes home.
Yeah.
And I see this little motherfucker. And I'm like, yo, this little motherfucker is Noriega.
Yeah.
But I met Noriega before I met Capone because I used to be in Left Rack, Iraq, and Nori got a sister named India. And I used to be coming through when I was on my Ansar Allah, so I had to Kemal and all that. And she be like, yo, you seem like a positive brother. Can you talk to my little brother? He be wilding. So I met Nori when Nori was like 9, 10 years old. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, man, get the fuck out my face. He actually told me that. And I told Sister India, I said, yo, man, Shorty's a loose great, man. I don't know if there's any redeeming him.
Right.
So this is the same kid Capone brings to me.
Brings to you.
So I'm like, oh, this dude. So we laugh, bust out laughing, and we was inseparable since then, and that's how the team came together.
So look, just real quick, right? So this is why you're a legend, God. And it's not like, once again, it's not like it's not a fan, because once again, like, I'm not a fan, God. Like, I'm not a fan of you, beloved. You feel me? What I'm saying? I grew up on your music. I'm saying by far a fan, but respect the
Give me a toast.
For sure.
Respectfully.
Respect, I'm saying, the craft. Like, even when I was young, I knew, what I'm saying, I knew because I can tell, what I'm saying, like, more or less through the music. But don't get me wrong, sometimes people, what I'm saying, people don't be what they project.
Yeah.
Excuse me, don't be what they project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with your music, I'm saying, like I said, I had Intelligent Hoodlum, you know what I'm saying, snatch that, you know what I'm saying, okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even with Intelligent Hoodlum, like, you know what I'm saying, I listened to it, I took what needed to be took, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you took the best part.
Took the best part. Facts.
As you should.
Without even knowing the lessons yet. But the music that y'all are putting out is prepping me for the lessons.
Of course.
Because at this time when I'm first grasping the music from you, I'm master. As far as the age go, I'm master, 13, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, let me tell you something. Yo, I told you I came up in that culture.
Facts.
I wasn't trying to hear none of that shit, man.
Facts.
I'm not trying to hear that, because the same dudes that would come in the name would want to give me drugs to sell.
Facts.
Or give me a gun to go shoot somebody to hold down the block. I'm not jacking that.
Facts.
But at the same time, had it not been for hip hop, we might not have adhered to a lot of those jewels because it was so foreign to us. and it didn't speak our language.
True, but hold on, just real quick.
Go ahead.
That don't mean that the people, even if they was dealing with the lessons, they say they had knowledge of self, okay, whatever. That don't mean that them saying, you know, what they was dealing with, them saying that has nothing to do with the truth that they was dealing with.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's just the person. But a lot of people, like even Tahuti, whatever, even him, you can tell that he came across some 5%. He must have came across some like, you know, he must have came across the fives when they was beating people down.
Yeah.
If you understand my point.
Yeah, universal beat
down. So he must have so that scarred them.
Yeah.
I can tell because I'm listening, and that's neither here nor there, but I'm just saying it's a point. I'm listening to him. I'm like, yeah, he must have came across. I'm saying, you know, somebody.
Yeah, and this is his way of retaliating, maybe.
Facts.
Not saying per se, but you know.
Per se, but whatever the case may be, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, but
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You get me, what I'm saying. But yeah, God, I'm saying, but. Your music, you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, set the stages, man. You know, set the stages for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, you know what I'm saying, you're a legend. You know what I'm saying? To me, you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
Facts. Salute. Without even meeting you, now, you know, like I was telling Drew, you know what I'm saying, my camera guy, I'm like, I don't even know if track gonna pull up, you know what I'm saying, rather if you did or if you didn't, because you know I sent the CLR Self Build, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even or me sending the CLR Self Build, it wasn't like it was a grand amount, you know what I'm saying, but it's more or less the fact of, okay, I'm gonna see if the guard show, I'm gonna see if the guard, I'm saying.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Facts, show and prove, I'm saying. But look, the
sun gonna shine.
The sun gonna shine. So it brings me back to Harlem Valley always, because in Harlem Valley, God, once again, you know, where I met Milk, it's other characters that I met in that particular phase of my life that were solid. You feel me? Like Milk was solid.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know, and that's a whole other story. But Milk was a person that he popping on police, God.
Yeah.
At the drop of a dime.
Yeah, he wasn't with it.
He wasn't with it. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So when you're introduced to certain spirits, it's like that shit, it do something to you.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You take it in, you embrace it.
Yeah, facts.
That's that energy.
That's that energy and shit, yeah. So, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yeah, I'm saying, I get that from you. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, the God is definitely a legend, I'm saying. And I was telling you, like, yeah, if everything play out, I'm gonna see if the God show and prove and all that.
Factual.
And of course, you show and prove, like I knew you would. I knew you, and I was telling I was telling my daughter, I'm like, yo, and I knew you would. But,
factual. That's peace.
Yeah. So okay, so you get the war report.
We get to the war report, and you know, it's a process. You know what I mean? It's a process.
So the slang editorial. How do you get them? How do you get Noriega and Capone on your time with the
it wasn't so much of them me getting them on my time. It was like
your vision.
The vision was just put before them. Listen, this is what I'm looking to do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I figured that.
Broke it down step by step. Y'all with it? Yo, we with it.
Who's we? You say we.
Nori and Pone. We with you.
No, okay, so we being you being the only one meaning one,
yeah.
And then we being Nori and
Capone.
Capone.
Yeah, listen.
So you're speaking to them.
Yeah, this is my vision. This is how I see it. Y'all with it? Yo, we with it, God. All right, come on, let's move.
So you thought about the vision before you approached.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because you explained to me how you ran into both of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, go ahead.
For sure, because once I saw the connection they had, I was like, all right, this could work.
Shot.
Yeah.
Pain, God. Another toast.
Factual.
Toast to you, God.
Toast
nah, for real. Toast to us. Toast to you, toast to us. You and I, I'm saying verse,
Verse
but
all.
yeah,
Peace.
verse all. This the first set. This legendary, like this shit, this book, this right here is a part of my book. You feel me? This is a part of my book right here, God. Because we know the only way we live forever is through the video.
That's right.
Yeah, facts. But go ahead, God.
Yeah, so you know, I laid it down to them based on what I saw the vision being. They agreed, and we started in that direction. A few times I wouldn't say we deviated, but we had to improvise because we never thought that LA would be the record to put us on. But it was.
Because of the times.
Because of the times.
That's what it was.
And,
right?
and when you think
in hindsight, if you could rewind it, You could make what, 10 million off that shit? More than 10
man,
million,
word.
right? My bad.
Yeah, we could.
But go ahead.
Off
Go
that.
ahead.
But yeah,
Because they was on that time already. Like, it's crazy how the times be, God. Like, because look, just real quick, right? Real quick, and just keep me in, but real quick. So it's like, that's how it be with them. Like, it be like deja vu. So they be mastering that shit.
Yeah.
It repeat, because everything, we doing the same shit every day, God.
Yeah, we do the same thing every day.
Right
Nothing
or
new
wrong?
under the sun.
Huh?
Nothing
It's
new under the
nothing
sun.
new under the sun. So it's like, but they master that shit to the point they making billions off it. But go ahead, God.
Yeah. It's like
You know that, right?
Yeah. If I had a fucking time machine, yeah, of course.
Facts. And go back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know how that go. You know how that go.
Yeah,
so.
but go ahead. Because right now we can only move forward.
Exactly. Well, you can move back to
No,
move
you
forward.
can, but I said we.
Yeah.
Well,
I can move back to move forward now.
I hear you, God.
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
I can show you too, but so now all this is going on. We going at the West Coast Cats, and it was that record that everybody jumped on, and they jumped on that, and that propelled CNN. It helped to propel CNN. Now you're gonna hear different stories, man. You're gonna hear people tell different stories, but I'm not here. I'm not here to challenge anybody's story. I'm just here to tell the facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a lot of dudes try to write me out of history. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what it is. You know what I mean? But I'm not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And everybody get their time. A broke clock is right twice a day. Now, I'm not saying I'm broke in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm just saying that even a broke clock is right twice a day. So every time gets its time. Like you said earlier.
That's what we hear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get it. You get it.
No, that's a fact.
Overcheck, yeah.
All day. So it's like, okay, so how many units did CNN sell?
CNN's gold.
It went gold? Okay. But I mean, now is what? Is it platinum now?
It's close to platinum. They didn't buy it out platinum. See, a lot of times when these records go platinum, it's the label doing that. It's the label they're under buying it out because they know they're going to get it back and then some.
Yeah, it's the game.
Yeah, but see, certain, politics, they don't want a particular...
AZ made a valid point. The original AZ, I'm saying...
Faison.
AZ Faison. I guess he's the original one, right?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? But he made a valid point one time on Valid or whatever, DJ Valid or whatever, but...
Well, pause up. I wouldn't say he's the original AZ Faison. I mean, I wouldn't say he's the original AZ because AZ is only short for Asiatic.
Yeah, actual fact.
So I wouldn't say he's original.
But when I say original, I mean to coin it. We know it's Allah zigzag zig all day. You know what I'm saying? But to coin it, right?
Yeah.
He's the first to coin it, I think. But
proceed.
So he's saying that he was like how they was the ones that changed the game as far as like with jewelry and grams and things of that nature. As far as like with their whole story, you know what I'm saying? He like, we the ones that changed the game with that. It's because when you go to a jeweler, a jeweler breaks a kilo of gold down per gram, God.
That's a fact.
Actual fact. He breaks it down per gram. So when you talk to him, he's going to, you know what I'm saying, God?
That's right.
It's the same science, but look, my point is a point I'm making here. So it's like that science comes, it comes from us, God. Actual fact, God. It comes from us, God. Another one. So it comes from us, God. You feel me? Yeah, so when I was listening to him say that, I'm saying, because he was like, at first, one point, we was playing like astronomical points for them saying a king, equality, why, and all that stuff. I'm saying, so, and I'm listening, he was like, yeah, it was like about, Bill, Cypher, and all that. I'm saying, he's like, but then they brought it down to what the numbers is today and all that. You know what I'm saying? But, so I'm like, damn, that's where that science comes from. But it shows you the trends, the trend setting.
Exactly.
Is the point I'm making, I'm saying.
Exactly.
So the legend of, you trend set. And it seemed like, people ain't, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like people's overlooking it.
Sometimes, but obviously at the same time they not.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? At the same time they not. It's just now it's a matter of making sure you're the sole, not the sole beneficiary, but that, you get the most leverage out of it. Because sometimes we come from the streets and, just say, for instance, for instance, see them jeans he got on, they got 2 holes under the knees, right?
Right.
Now, let's just say for all sakes and purposes, them particular jeans could have been some jeans he fucked up. But he had to get outside today.
Right.
and handle some motion.
And some motion.
But his swag and energy, somebody looked at that and was like, yo, that's ill. Now it becomes a style. He's not saying to himself, yo, I'm going to patent this and make it a style.
And make it a style.
Because this is something that comes so natural to him that it's not even a second thought.
He's not even thinking about it.
But someone else on the outside of that will look at that and see the value in style and be a shark with a keen mind and have insight and say, yo, I'm going to patent that, or I'm going to take a patch and put it under the hole and sell it, and people are going to buy it. Why? Because of how he makes it look.
Right.
You understand?
I understand.
It's a matter of now it's a matter of pinpointing everything. Don't let nothing get by. Fuck that. Like these dudes with the domain name shit. They'll go and register like 1,000 domain names. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because sooner or later, somebody's going to come for that name. Yeah, so, I mean, just coming after that war report and really taking in how that had an impact. And you got to understand, like, I got to commend, like, Ray and Ghost. I got to commend the mob, too, because they helped add on to that.
No, they did.
Because of what they were doing. You know, based on what everyone around us was doing, it kind of compelled us to come, like, very, very...
So the beats, who produced the beats for the war?
I mean, you had Buck Wild from DITC, you had Lil Finesse from DITC, you had Nasheem Myrick from the Hitmen from Bad Boy, you had Charlemagne, you had Easy LP who did Bloody Money and Calm Down. You had various producers who added on. You had Marley who did the original remix to LALA, and of course you had Havoc, my little brother. So. Yeah, you had a good combination of that raw narcotic line type of sound. You know what I mean? It was that Queens villainous sound. I wanted us to do a soundtrack to the street.
Right.
And I looked at the Infamous album as being the same thing. The Infamous album was a soundtrack to the street.
Yeah, the Infamous album. That's why I'm trying to get Havoc. You know, salute to the God Havoc. Havoc, look, the streets.
I'll holler at him for you. That's my little brother. I speak to him every day.
The streets love you, my nigga. Like, the streets love you, my nigga.
Well,
that Infamous album.
As they should.
Not just the Juvenile Hell album is a classic.
Well, America's Nightmare, Hell on Earth.
Yeah, fact. Juvenile Hell was the first. Juvenile Hell, God, was their first album.
Yeah, Poetical Prophet type shit. Yeah.
Fact. Locked on Spofford and all that. That's their first album. But yeah, God, I'm saying, so okay. All right, copied, I'm saying. So you get birth to the war report. Okay, so after the war report, I'm saying, you know, because just the war report alone, you know, we can take a whole situation, you know, just dealing on a war report. After the war report, you come out with, is it Against All Odds?
Yes, it is.
Now, and that's why I wanted to mention earlier, you know, Cormega. Cormega, I seem to get the same spirit. Like when I listen to Cormega's music, I'm saying slightly different, but same spirit. You know, the slang is extremely different. I see Cormega now currently as a Muslim, nothing against him, you know what I'm saying, respectfully. If that's the path you choose, whatever it is, even if it's a Christian and it makes you better, so be it. You know what I'm saying?
You like it, I love it.
You like it, I love it. Actual fact. You know what I'm saying? Actual fact. But yeah, I'm saying, you know, that's another thing, like the spirit, the realness, you know, that's from Queen. We get that from the desert. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the desert come up. Yo, just the other day, like I said, I was the OG passed away, the OG Big Bruh.
Right.
The original TJ Swan. And so I had to pass through the bridge because his actual wake services was not too far from Queensbridge. So I'm going through the bridge and I see Cormega's cousin, Karinga. He's like, trash. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, peace, King. So he's like, Ma, hold on. You never believe who I ran into. It's his mother. And me and Cormega was tight, but actually it was me and Cormega's cousin, Oogie, that was even tighter.
Yes.
And even Mega states that in the record. He says Trash and Oogie was crimey.
He does.
Me and Oogie we was Jukes boys, and we did a lot of grimy shit together.
Right.
But his mother loved me. So Karinga's on the phone with her, and I take the phone. I'm like, "How you doing, Miss Mary?" She said, "Who's this?" And I said, "This is Percy." And she said, "You better be good. You better." And she always used to tell me that. And I was like, "I'm good." She's like, "Keep your nose clean." I said, "I keep my nose super clean, Miss
Super
Mary."
clean.
I was like, "I never forgot how you used to talk to me, and I love you for that, and I appreciate that." I wish Oogie would have listened too, but it wasn't in vain. I'm definitely listening, and I know that touched her because every time she saw me in the street, you know. Like I said, me and her son was crimies, but she would see me, he'd probably be upstairs. It'd probably be 2 a.m. Oogie be upstairs. But I'm still out in the street at 11 years old, 12 years old, trying to hustle. And she pulled me to the side and be like, "Boy, what are you doing out here?" And I'd be like, "Listen." She'd be like, "Oh, baby, baby, baby." You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you going through, but she would kick it to me.
How old was you when you first started hustling?
I was like 9.
Excuse me. 9?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yep.
Crack, cocaine,
Everything. Whatever.
everything. Whatever. Yeah, yeah. Facts. Yeah. Because that's the culture, motherfucker. You know, well, yeah, geez.
But
like,
thankfully now, it
Yeah.
shouldn't be the culture now.
yeah, because things have changed. I'm saying,
Things
but
have
it's
changed a lot. And you know what? You know, you don't have to pick up a gun. You could go pick up a camera.
true. Not
You don't have to, like, you have a lot of weapons out here, and the first one is your mind. And a lot of these younger brothers they need to understand that. Because what they're really doing now is killing themselves off before they get a chance.
Facts.
Like, look at Conway. Look at what he's risen to become.
True.
Right? Now, imagine a bullet taking him out prior to.
Facts.
Imagine what would have halted and wouldn't have been able to give birth. There's a lot of young men out there like that. I saw a sticker the other day in a building, man, that said, "Please don't shoot me, I want to live." And that shit made me stop and look at that. But of course, there's a little black boy's face on the sticker. And I was like, wow, that's real deep right there. You know, now, unfortunately, some of us will cause a lot of destruction in our path, unknowingly living, you know, in being a savage in the pursuit of happiness. But I think a lot of us older dudes need to get out here and start playing our part. You know, I feel like we acting like the babies. We too busy running around trying to look cute, you know, and to me, which is a lot of feminism. We too worried about looking pretty.
Facts.
Instead of gaining real power and strength and wealth for the youngest to respect us when we open our mouth. They don't respect us because we carrying on the same energy like their mamas. We too busy trying to look fly.
Right.
Who's owning property out here? You still renting? What we doing? Where's the power?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's an actual fact. Yeah. And that's why I fucks with your music. That's why I fucks with you all
We gotta
day.
get it. We gotta get it.
Yeah, we gotta get it.
And we gonna build. We gonna build.
Yeah, actual fact. So, you know, in conclusion, this is why I'm saying, you know, it was a few people, you know, who I reached out to as far as first interviews or whatever. You know, their names, you know, is not even important, whatever. However, you were one of them, obviously. You know what I'm saying? In the first cipher, a group of people who, you know, who I've reached out to. So the concept V.S.O.P, this what it means. When we dealing with V.S.O.P,
That's dope.
it's not just, I'm saying, you know,
Not just a drink.
not just a drink.
It's upper echelon.
It's an upper echelon.
I feel you.
It's the highest.
I respect that.
Facts.
That's ill.
You feel me, God? It's the highest of its class, God. I'm saying, and honestly, keep it in 100. I feel like I'm saying that you're one of them because of what you have brought, I'm saying, to Queensbridge, and not just to Queensbridge, I'm saying, but to the game. From a slang perspective, like I had told you, I'm saying, you know, you're just a slang alone, God. I'm saying you have molded a generation of people, God, just from the slang perspective. I'm saying the slang is always on point, and the reason why I'm pointing that out because some people try to do that. You know, like not everybody can do that.
And be a little off.
Jay-Z has a gift with that, with molding and shaping. I'm saying people as far as with his, I'm saying editorial slang. I'm saying
language, man. Language is very important, man.
With language is very important.
Gotta know how to talk to the people.
You gotta know how to talk to the people. I'm saying so. You see, it's certain people. I'm saying you know who know how to do that, and you're one of them. And this is the reason why I'm saying I wanted you, I'm saying, to be on, I'm saying, V.S.O.P, God.
V.S.O.P, man. I'm glad I'm here, man. Appreciate you.
Facts.
We're going to do this again.
That's a whole fact.
Get this thing around here.
Yeah, get the thing around there.
Peace.
Peace.